Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to do back bending of all kind, forward, backward, side to side, twisting, all sorts of movement for the spine. Sometimes when the back gets sore, especially in the low back, it might be due to immobility, not moving enough. It might be tight muscles, so stretching them out, but also relaxing them on the way. So hopefully our yoga practice today will do all of those things. So we come out of this feeling greater mobility, less pain, and just that much more comfortable in our bodies. So let's close our eyes and just start with our posture a little bit. Pull your shoulders back, tuck your chin, let your hands just drop down to your legs. I like to close my eyes and start to feel your breath in and out through the nose. When we're dealing with a really tight spot, like the low back, or maybe it's your upper back, sometimes we run into feelings of discomfort and then our breath responds. Your breath might hitch like a gasp kind of feeling. And that's when we know that we've gone too far. And we need to stop, we need to pull back, we need to do less. De-stress the body. If our body is in stress, it's not going to respond. In fact, we're going to build up cortisol, which is the stress, whatever cortisol is, that stress function, and it's going to sit in our muscles and make them hurt even more. So whatever we can do to stay out of stress today, that is our goal. And we start that with just simply breathing in and out through the nose. Keeping everything calm. Slowing everything down. Our focus will be on our back, but you'll notice there'll be shoulders, there'll be hips, there'll be neck. It's all connected, all with the ability to hopefully ease pain and release stress. So let's open our eyes and take 3 breaths together, arms by your sides. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. Set a little rhythm, a little pattern. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Now come onto all fours. I'll be turning to my side. You can face whatever direction is best for you. And we'll just place our hands right below our shoulders and our knees right below our hips. Cat and cow is a simple sequence that can just start moving the spine and warming it up. So let's drop our belly down, shoulders roll back. Inhale, send your gaze up. Exhale, round through the spine, pull and lift. Tuck your hips and tuck your chin. Inhale, arch, belly drops down, send the gaze up. Exhale, round, pull and lift. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Once more, inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral and lift onto your toes. Let's take a downward facing dog. So we'll press our heels toward the floor and push back with our shoulders. Now, depending on your body, this might be really tight in the legs, in the shoulders. It might not feel great. If so, drop to your knees and maybe reach your arms forward. This can also help take strain off the wrists as well. This is just a modified position. Both of them are stretching on our back. Both of them are kind of setting the stage for a deeper kind of movement. Good. Now, whatever position you're in, let's lift up and step toward our hands. And just let yourself hang forward with a bent knee.
Bending the knees relaxes the back. It is not going to stretch your hamstring. We will get into that later. But let yourself just hang forward, even maybe sway just a little bit. So see how we're de-stressing our back right now. We're just telling our back, hey, it's okay. Let's be calm. Let's be loose and free. We're not going to do anything scary today. We're just going to let it go. Good. Let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and smooth. As we come up to the top, our shoulders roll back. Now I'm standing quite wide. I'm going to move just a little bit closer with my feet. If you prefer being wide, that can ease strain in the hips or in the back. So whatever feels best to you, I'm going to pull just a little bit closer. And we'll start with Sira Namaskara A. We're going to take it real gentle to begin and then add on a little bit as we go. So let's reach our arms up. Inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale, fold forward and soften the knees on our way down. Bending into the pose, relaxing through the back. Bring your hands to your shins and see if you can straighten your knees at this point. So now we're tugging on those hamstrings just a little bit. Your choice here, either to straighten your knees or bend them once again. I'm showing straight knees, or you may be right here. Inhale, release your arms or raise your arms, reach up to the sky. Exhale, bring your arms by your sides. Let's take it again. We're going to add on. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold down again with bent knees. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Halfway lift. Try to straighten your knees. It's okay if they're still bent. Exhale, fold down. This time, let's place our hands and step back to a plank. Drop your knees here or just lower all the way onto your stomach. And let's pull our elbows back, pull our shoulders by our sides, tops of the feet on the floor, and just press into a cobra. Now we're starting to squeeze that low back a little bit. Lower down. We'll just do 3 of these. So that was 1. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Once more, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Subtle squeeze back there. Press onto your knees. Let your knees open a little wider than your hips and sit back into a child's pose. We can just let our head relax. We can let our shoulders relax and our arms relax. We've created this space right in between our hips. It's called the sacrum. We're letting that space kind of open up, relax, and be free. Very nice. Let's keep moving those. We build a little warmth in our body and reach up to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, you can stay on your knees like I showed before. Bend your knees, look forward, step up or hop up toward your hands. Exhale, fold in. Your legs can be bent or straight. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach up to the sky. Exhale, Samastiti, arms by our sides. Let's do it once more, and we'll just keep it moving. Inhale, lift. We might add on one more thing. Exhale, fold forward, soften the knees on the way down, really keeping our back relaxed and no stress. Look up, inhale, halfway lift. Straighten the knees if you can. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank, drop to your knees if you want. This time, chaturanga, maybe hover your body. And then press to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, a deeper back squeeze. Roll through your knees or your toes to downward facing dog or that puppy dog pose. Nicely done. Now let's start moving into some strength building and stretch at the same time. So step your right foot forward in between your hands and drop your left knee to the ground. Let's just begin by placing our hand on our knee and look down. Make sure your knee and your ankle are stacked on top of each other so you're not putting too much pressure on that knee. If it feels okay for your body, you can reach your arms up. As your arms go up, the gaze does a little bit too. And see how my body just starts to do a gradual back bend. Plus, can you feel what's going on with the hips? A little stretching and strengthening through the hips and hip flexors. Inhale. Exhale, hands come back down to the mat. Lift up onto your left toe and step that heel to the floor. So as we come up, we're now in warrior one. Just building on. And again, as we send our gaze upward, it gives us a little bit of a back bend. Just a little, and we continue to stretch that left hip flexor there. Inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. Now we can feel the press into this right hip. So we're building up some strength there. We're also opening up the space. Hips and low back, they're so closely connected. Keep the bend in that right knee and drop your left hand down, pull the right arm back. And we can feel the strong reach through the entire side body there. That looks nice. Feel that torso, reach, and motion there. Good. Now come back up to warrior two. Don't give out in your strength here. Take your hands behind you, clasp them together back there. Press into your fingers, so we're squeezing our shoulder blades together, and then lean forward toward that right hip. Pull your hands away from your back if you can. There's a lot going on here. Right hip strengthening. We're pulling our hands away from our back so we can feel our shoulders. If you're very tight, your hands might be just resting on your hips, and that's fine. So there's some chest, shoulders, low back. Just feel something that feels the best to you, or maybe the most needed. Good. Now let's start to lift back up again. Very nice. Release the hands. This leg has been working hard. Windmill your hands down to the mat and step your right foot back. And let's just lower down onto our stomach so we can stretch out our right leg. Take your left elbow to the floor, and with your right hand, reach back and see if you can grab your right toes. And then press down. You want to pull back on that right shoulder, and you can feel this through your quadricep and hip flexor. Just stretching out that right leg a little bit. But for me, wow, I can feel this in my shoulder here. Maybe you can too. Plus it's a little bit of a back bend. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release it down. Nice job with your hands. Just press up into a child's pose once again. Taking the stress, the strain out of our back. And then lift up to downward facing dog. Good. We're gonna move on to our left side. So I'm actually going to change sides here. Flip myself around real quick and move into our left leg. Step your left foot forward, drop your right knee down to the floor. Just start by taking your hands to your knee and making sure that the knee is stacked on top of your ankle so you're not putting too much pressure on that knee. You might just stay here. This might be good. This is good. Great. Stay there. Or perhaps you're reaching your arms up and just continuing that back bend shape. Feel how it opens the front of the chest. That's one thing that's nice about back bending is it does the opposite for the front of our body. Love that. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down. Lift up onto your right toe, place that heel behind and lift up to warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. Good, strong and stable, building our strength. If our back is weak, if our hips are weak, that can cause pain too. Now let's open to Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana B. Good. Really feel that press into that left hip. It's stronger than we think. Don't just believe in it, right? Drop your right hand down. Left arm is going to reach. And we can feel that side bend. It's beautiful. Long shifted. Lots of motion there. Good. Come back up. Take your hands behind. If you want to finagle the strap, I didn't say this on the last side, I should have. You can take your strap behind you, I'll demonstrate. My hands are not quite close together. Press into your strap or your hands, and then you have a little more mobility going down. So if you want to try that instead of pulling your hands together, feel free. See what you can do. Maybe it'll make a difference. But either way, we've got that strength. Woo, falling over. Got that strength going into our hip, into our shoulders, stretching out that low back. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Lift up. Very nice. Ooh, that left leg is tired. Let's stretch it out. Windmill our hands down to the mat and step the left foot back. Lower yourself onto the mat and prop up with your right elbow so you can use your left hand to reach back and grab on. Make sure to pull that left shoulder back. We can feel the quadricep, hip flexor, shoulder for me. Wow, I can definitely feel my shoulder and my chest. Right at the front of my chest there. I guess that's the pectorals. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands. Good job. Press up. Knees open a little wider than the hips. Sit back. Child's pose. Relax that back once again. Nice job. Lift up to downward facing dog once more. Press into the mat. Bend your knees. Look forward. Step or hop up to the hands. However you get there is fine. Exhale, fold down into your legs. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Reach all the way up. Exhale, samastiti. Nice. That was some good strengthening work. Let's add in some standing twists. We haven't done any twists yet for our body. So start in a chair pose. Bend your knees, lift your arms like you're sitting down in a chair. Then take the hands to heart center and let's guide this left elbow down to the right leg. Press into the leg and see if you can pull that right shoulder up to the sky. Feel that rotation, almost like our body is a dish rag and we're squeezing. If you want to open your arms, you can just go one step deeper. Inhale. Exhale, pull it to heart center. Come back to the middle and let's fold forward. Take your feet a little bit wider and either grab your toes or reach behind and grab your calves. Either way, intentionally pull forward. So we're gonna feel this down the backs of the legs and we're gonna lengthen this low back so beautifully. So toes or calves, either way, it's gonna be nice. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Look up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, bend your knees as you come up. Let's adjust our feet and take our arms for our other side. Nice. Hands to heart center.
guiding the elbow down toward the leg. So now that right arm is reaching to the left leg. Pull the shoulder to the sky. Maybe open up your arms. Feel that strength. Nice job. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Straighten out your knees, fold forward. Take your feet a little bit deeper. And then actually bend the knees once again. Take your hands under your feet if you can. You might even just have just a little bit of your fingers on your toes. Fold forward with bent knees. Just taking the strain, taking the stress out of our back. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release the hands, bring them to the waist. Look up, halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift up the rest of the way. Very nice. Exhale, step together. We'll take one last vinyasa to bring us to the floor, and we can do some beautiful stretches on the ground. Let's take a breath together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step or hop back to plank. Chaturanga, feel free to always drop to your knees here. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, come down, and swing your legs around to sit. So I'll face forward towards you. Now, if you're very tight in your hamstrings and you know that, feel free to elevate here on a pillow or on a blanket. So you just lift up your hips and slide something underneath. Might help in the forward bends. Also, a use of a strap might be very helpful too. So let's place the strap around our feet. It's just in case you can't grab your toes. You've got your strap and you can keep a better structure on the forward bend. Sit nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, walk forward. If you can reach your toes, then you don't need to worry about the strap. You can just let it go. Once you get as far as you can, take a breath, pull in through the middle. Inhale. Exhale, fold back down. Let it relax. Shoulders relax. Back relaxes. Maybe here you can tell if you need to elevate your hips. And if so, do it. Grab even a block. You can sit on a block. It's not as comfortable as a pillow or a blanket, but it works in a pinch. Breathe slow and steady. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Very nice. I'm going to turn myself to the side so you can see. Let's take Purva Uttanasana. First, place your fingertips behind you, facing your hips. Then point your toes, and you can either just straighten your arms as you see me doing, open up that chest there. It's going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. It actually feels really nice. Or you can go one step deeper where you press the hips off the mat. That's going to give you a little extra strength in the back. Feel that energy lifted. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. Nicely done. Our legs are already out in front. I'm just swinging to face you. Let's start to open our hips and add in a twist. So bend your right knee and bring it right up against your leg. This forward bend, I think, is easier than the last one because our hips have shifted and we can really get some good motion forward. Again, feel free to use your strap on that left foot. Inhale, sit tall.
Exhale, walk your way forward along that strap. Shift your hips back as much as you can. Take a deep breath. Inhale, pull up through the center. Exhale, fold yourself back down. We can feel that right hip opening. There's a beautiful space in between the hips. It's called the sacrum. That can get really tight, but this bend is very beneficial for opening up that space in the low back there. Plus there's some hamstrings. Anybody feel it on that left hamstring? Could be. Good. Now inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. We'll let go of the strap for just a moment. We can add it back in a minute. Let's bring the right knee to the sky. Extend the left side by reaching your left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, hook the elbow, or you can hug. Either way is just fine. Right hand to the floor. And just press against your leg. Pull that right shoulder back. Send your gaze back as well if you can. So we can feel the rotation through the spine. Nice twist. Twists are something that helps us to bring more mobility to our spine. Plus it's really good for digestion. Just feel like your body is a dish rag being squeezed. Nice. Come forward, nicely done. Lay this right leg down again. And let's open up the left leg to the side. Oh good, somebody loved that twist. Let's take our left arm, down. We're gonna grab toward our leg, anywhere you can. If you can grab your toes, great. Don't feel like you have to though. Pull your right arm up and over. Be careful of really curving. We would rather be open, and you can feel that long length. So you see, I'm not even touching my toe here. I'm not even trying. What I'm trying to do is press this right hip to the floor and pull and lengthen the entire side body. So really getting that length through the side body. It feels so nice. It's like waking up our torso. Good morning, torso. I don't even know what time it is for you, but it's that feeling of just resetting, right? Good. Now lift up, very nice, and we'll take this right hand back behind our leg. This isn't a yoga pose, it's more like a dance pose maybe, but it just feels good on our chest. Swing this left arm up and lift onto your right knee. Press your left hip forward and just feel that opening. It's squeezing my right hip, it's lengthening my left, and feel that stretch into the torso. In the chest, inhale, exhale, come on down. Back for my dancer days. Come forward, nicely done. Let's reset so we can do all those poses on the left side, starting with Janu Shirsasana A. Bend the left knee up into position. Strap around your right foot, always a nice addition. Sit tall, inhale, exhale, walk forward along that right leg. Take a deep breath. Inhale, pull up through the middle. Exhale, fold down. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck and your jaw. We can feel that strong stretch down the back of the leg. Great feeling between our hips at the sacrum. Definitely stretching out that left hip. It's all connected. We're going to make it feel so nice. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release your strap. Turn the knee to the sky. Extend your right arm. Inhale. Exhale, hook it onto the knee or hug the knee. Left hand to the floor. Press against your leg and pull back with that shoulder. So the twist starts at the base of the spine, but we can feel it all the way up into our chest if we're really drawing that left shoulder back. Good. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, release that leg down. So the left knee goes down and the right leg opens for our side bend. Extend your right arm along the leg. Pull back on that left shoulder and just lift. And we're not trying to touch our toe. You might be able to, but that's not the emphasis. It's reaching the hip to the floor, pulling that arm overhead so we can feel the long extension with the ribs and the side body, shoulder, all part of our torso, all connected. Good, lift up. Take your hand behind you and our right arm is gonna come in front. Reach up with that onto that left knee and bringing the right hip forward. Whatever this is called, kind of like a wild thing, right? Hopefully it feels good to you. Feels good to me. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Nicely done, nicely done. Oh good, I'm glad that felt good to you. Let's lay down on our back. We've done all the hard stuff. Now we're gonna use the floor to really de-stress our back. Pull your knees into your chest and just give it a hug. Feels good. We've done some beautiful stretches. We've done some strengthening. We've bent our back in all different ways. Now we're just gonna let everything that remains, if anything, we're gonna let it go. Take your feet to the floor a little bit wider than your hips, just a little bit, and bring your arms out to a T. And just let your legs fall back and forth. This is, I just call it windshield wiper. That's probably, I don't know what else to call it. It seems to work. Windshield wiper back and forth. And it's just motion, just being free through our hips, that sacrum space, that low back space. And we can feel the quadricep and hip flexor stretching out in the front. Can you feel that right through there? We did stretch a little bit there when we were on our stomach, but we're just continuing that feeling. Loose and free. Good. And then hold your legs still. My favorite thing is probably spinal twisting. So we're gonna pull the right knee into the chest and let the left leg go. And this might feel a little tight on your hip. If your hamstring is really tight, you can bend your knee again, but it might be easier as we move on to straighten it out. So do your best, do what you can. You can massage your hip a little bit if it feels really tight. Let's just see what happens when we twist. Take your left hand to your right knee and pull it across your body. Then this right arm extends back toward the floor. And see if you can find a balance between the two. So I'm reaching the right arm to the ground. I'm reaching the right knee to the ground. See how they might be able to both stretch. We can feel that through the low back and across your chest. Finally, you can send your gaze over to that right shoulder, right hand. So there's a little bit of a cervical spine twist. Good, take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring that right leg back to the middle and set it down. One more twist, one more side. Let's see if we can get all the kinks out. Pull your left knee into your chest. As you do, that presses the curve of the spine to the floor, so it feels nice on the low back, even just this simple hold. Guide the left leg across your body with your right hand and extend that left arm out. Try to find the balance between pulling the shoulder to the floor and pressing the knee toward the ground. We can feel this in the low back, in the hip, across the chest, in the neck, in the shoulder. So many places. And hopefully your breath is relaxing a little bit here. Hopefully your body is just getting calmer and calmer, more relaxed. Nicely done. Let's take one more breath right here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your legs back to the middle and set them down. One leg to each edge of the mat. You can take your arms by your sides. If you have a lot of back strain still, feel free to elevate your knees, either with blocks or a pillow or blankets. That will really help to ease the back if you just elevate the knees. So feel free to do that. I'm going to leave you to rest, to absorb all the good work. I will wake you up with the sound of the bell. So have no worries, just be here to rest. Take it all in. I'll let you know when it's time. Start to wake yourself up. Rotate through your wrists and your ankles. Point and flex your feet. Stretch your arms overhead to lengthen through your entire body. Waking up from a beautiful practice, ready to start again. And roll yourself onto one side in fetal pose.
press yourself up to a comfortable seated position and bring your hands to heart center. I'll leave you with this quote by BKS Iyengar. Yoga does not just change the way we see things, it transforms the person who sees. Thank you for your practice today. Namaste.